and I am here with National Rock Review, and I am with Vic from
Koffin Cats.
Koffin Cats. And I love your name because it's kind of a combination between not two members' names, but one of your members.
Former member, yeah.
Former member has that last name, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was one of those things where when him and I started the band, and in the tradition of like the Ramones and things like that.
Right, I noticed that, and I just thought that was really cool.
His normal last name was kind of hard to pronounce, so Koffin was much easier to take.
Right, I just thought that was kind of a little cool thing I read one time about you guys.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you guys you're in this genre. You're in the kind of the punk.
Yeah, we're definitely related with the psychobilly punk rock genre. It's how we like to. If we're gonna stick ourselves into one classifications, that's normally where we go.
Right.
Punk rock, psychobilly stuff.
Right. And so you are from Detroit.
Yep. Grew up in the Metro Detroit area, Garden City specifically.
Okay, so and all of your members are from Detroit then?
Yes. The current lineup is all from the same area. Yep.
Okay, so you did have some members that were not at one time, and that made it a little difficult.
The original lineup, all from the Metro Detroit area, and then after Tommy, the first guitar player, left the band, we had a friend from Albuquerque, Ian.
Okay.
He was in the band for 4 years. He just recently left, and now we have another local musician playing guitar for us.
And that's probably easier, just logistically for families.
It is. And in this particular situation, this guy John, who's playing guitar for us now, he's been working with the band since 2007. He recorded a couple of our albums.
Great.
He was always a kind of behind-the-scenes guy and a friend of ours for a long time, so the transition was very easy.
Nice. He just fit right in.
Yep.
And so you were doing the whole tour with Mustard Plug?
No, we're just doing just a one-off show with them.
Okay.
We meet up with them from time to time and do like a weekender here or a one-off show.
That's nice. So I've heard a lot of good things about you. Haven't had a chance to see you.
Okay.
And I know that probably a lot of people in Grand Rapids have heard good things about you and have not had a chance to see you. So I'm sure that there's a lot of excitement with this show for you to be here.
For us, with the amount of traveling that we do, the playing in the actual state of Michigan is one of the few places that we play the most. I think sometimes we play like St. Louis or Chicago more in a year than we actually do like southeastern Michigan.
Right, and that's kind of interesting. So, when I heard you were going to come here, that was kind of really cool.
It's always really nice. Right now we're kind of on break from tour, so it's nice to be able to go out for a weekend and be able to play a show and make it home by the morning. And that's always cool. We don't get to do a lot of that. When we go out on the road, we're usually out for about 2 to 3 months.
Oh, okay. So now when you go out on the road, do you usually rent like a bus, or do you just take a van?
Van and trailer.
Van and trailer. Yep. So you do it the good old-fashioned way.
Yeah. For a while we started out in a van, and then we went to a van and trailer, and then the van broke down, so we basically had a motorhome donated to us, a Winnebago, and we were riding in style for a while.
That
was
nice.
So we had the Winnebago and trailer. Then that broke down. Then we went to shuttle buses, like the kind you see zipping around the airport.
Right.
And that was cool for a while, but those things got so expensive.
Yeah.
Of course, we didn't buy anything new, and they fell apart.
Right.
So the more and more you got to fix it, and finally we were doing well enough that we could afford to finance a used vehicle, something that was made in the last 10 years. And
you really do worry about your friends that are in bands, because you read on Facebook, oh, our tire flew off, and it's really you're out on the road all the time, and so it's hard when you don't have a dependable
and that really can make or break a tour. We were very lucky in the first 10 years. We only lost one transmission, one
only one, right?
but we were in a position where it didn't kill the whole tour.
Right.
Because sometimes we go out and, you know, gas is expensive and money gets a little thin to where I'm like, oh man, if we have a major vehicle breakdown,
how are we going to get to the next city? We're going to be really stuck. Yeah. So now are you supporting? You're out right now. Are you supporting an album?
We had our most recent release came out last October.
Okay, so
we always
you're on the tail end. Yeah.
Let's see, this is our 7th release. Okay. So we've always kind of had a release out and then toured for like a year and then another release and toured for a year. So whenever we get asked, are we out supporting a new album? We're like, well, we're actually out supporting all of our albums.
You're a touring band.
We're
you really
on the road
are.
Distribution. That's
right.
That's our heaviest distribution is from our merchandise sales from our table.
Right, which is really nice. I mean, you're a touring band, and that's awesome. And
yeah, this is really how we stay afloat as a band is from our merchandise sales. You know, we write new music, we record new albums to stay relevant and have new things out, but we don't really see anything from any, you know, music sales.
Right.
And that's just kind of how it is these days.
Right.
But it doesn't stop us from wanting to release new music.
Right. So that's so everyone that's at the show should go out and have a look at the table and see if there's anything new, any new shirts, any new things.
The last couple of years, we started pressing more and more vinyl, and it's great to see that there's such a resurgence in that.
Yes.
And plus, you know, if you download the album, which we're totally cool with that, because, you know, around 2000, 2001, when all that became popular, started downloading music. That's what got our music worldwide.
Right.
And that's why we were able to do our first European tour and have people know our music without even having any type of distribution CD-wise over there. It's because everyone was able to get it off of the, you know, file sharing, which is we're like, hey, that's great. It's the best distribution we've ever got. And people who really want to support an artist, they'll go out and they'll buy the actual CD to have the artwork, and now with having vinyl for almost the same cost, you can buy an actual vinyl record, and
that's so
nice. You got this big piece of art here.
Yeah, and I'm still from the old school. I want the CD, I want the vinyl, I want all that stuff. A lot of people today just don't want it. They just want everything on their iPod, everything on their computer.
And you know,
it's all right.
My problem with that is when I would go out and buy a CD, it would be the only CD I got for like a month. So I would ingest it, and then, you know, I'd get my next CD. But I would know everything on that CD from front to back, and I would actually have time to. If I didn't like it the first, second, third listen, I generally found something I liked about it after the fourth or fifth time. And I think there's a big problem with, you know, having music on demand, you know, right from
disposable.
Your phone.
It's just disposable.
I don't like it. You don't give it a chance.
Right.
And I think a lot of bands can get overlooked that way by not having the ritual of putting the CD in the CD player, or putting the record on the record player, and you're committed because you put the needle down, you walked away from it, and you don't want to have to get back up or, you know, tend to the record player.
That's how I get. So I love CDs. I take them in my car and I say, this is a CD I really want to listen to, and I put it. It's the only CD I have in my car, and then I just every day I just listen to it. Now, who were you out with when you were in Europe?
We generally do our own tours, and then we'll team up with like a regional support act here and there. But for the most part, the majority of the tours that we do, they're our own headlining tours.
Oh,
and,
nice.
And then once in a while, like in the States, we'll team up with a band for a little while. Upcoming the spring tour, we have a nice little stretch along the West Coast with the Damned.
Okay, that'll be nice.
We'll be supporting them.
That'll be a nice,
that.
That'll be a nice little tour.
But yeah, for how we normally roll is we go out on our own, and then if there's another band that's a friend band or whatnot, we'll team up with them if they're going through the same region.
Right.
So we don't have competing shows.
Right.
At the same
Right. Yeah. So I understand that, and that works well. So you want to do it that way. So, so is there anything else that you'd like to tell us about where we can find you, or? We in the last couple months, now that John's come into the band, he
he was pushing us to up our social media and up our online presence.
Okay.
It's always one of those things where we're like, all right, we'll put a post out. Here's the tour. Put a post out, but he's much more savvy with it. So we are we're all over the internet as far as
I have noticed
Instagram,
that.
Twitter,
I have
Facebook
noticed that.
So we're very easy to find if you just do a Google search of Koffin Cats. It's Koffin Cats with K's.
Okay.
And you'll be able to find our tour dates, our music, and yeah, we're out and about for the rest of the year.
And I love your style. Your style. I mean, this is kind of getting very popular again with your style, Volbeat. This is getting very popular again.
I caught on to Volbeat a couple years ago when we were in Europe, and they at the time they're huge, especially over there. But it was one of those bands where I was always like, you know, it'd be really cool if this would get onto mainstream radio in the States, because it would start to kind of open up people's minds to other bands that exist like that kind of have the heavier but more rock and roll feel to it, as opposed to just like rap metal or in your face, you know, just industrial stuff. And it's like, no, there's actually still rock and roll out there, you know, and you know, the swing feel to it. So Volbeat getting popular here is
has been a really good thing. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Koffin Cats and Volbeat.
That would be.
that would be a really nice tour. I would love that. I know a lot of people would really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, we have open minds. You're
up for that, right? So. Well, I really appreciate you sitting down with me. I'm sure the show's going to start here any minute. So it was very nice to meet you, Vic. And I am Cheryl with National Rock Review, and we are here with Vic from Koffin Cats. All right, thank you.